Friends, denizens of the internet, hello, welcome back to another exciting episode of Fatal Frame 3 over here at Lost Time Gaming. I'm Devo. We are jumping back into the shoes of our protagonist, whose name I don't remember right now. Either way, we're staring at our notebook. We kind of touched upon this in the last episode, and I mentioned there's a lot of lore in this game. Suffice to say, we have a notebook. Let me read this, because I don't think I read this last time. During the course of the game, when you find new information, it will be recorded in the notebook. When there's a new entry in the notebook, the title will appear in the top right. You can access the notebook from the menu. If you press the L1 button while the item name is shown in the top right, you can refer to that item. So, let's start looking at some of this stuff. Namely, like, all of this stuff. The bruise appears. I felt a sharp pain in my shoulders when I woke up. For a moment, I thought I could see some kind of bruise on my skin. But when I looked again, there was nothing there. Was it just a dream? Yeah, it was, actually. It's all good. Alright. The abandoned house. I wasn't motivated enough to find out much about the place before I went. About all I knew was that it was supposed to be haunted. What was behind the strange daydream vision I had in that house in the snow? Was I just worn out, still scarred by the accident? Or are the rumors true? Was he really there? And then, and the Manor of Sleep, which is where we were. A second ago, that is. The Manor of Sleep. The ruined house I wandered in my dream the night I got back after my vision on that assignment. Something about it reminded me of the haunted house where I saw you. It seemed too real to be a dream. Daydreams, visions, maybe I'm just tired. That is possible, but, you know, like, a lot of this stuff has been happening. Sue, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. My fiancé, he was an editor who worked on books of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. We met as students. He was the opposite of me in every way. Quiet and kind, like gently falling rain. Like a soft shower that washes everything clean. Aw, that's nice. He passed away 2 months ago in an accident caused by my careless driving. Oh, that's not nice at all. Dang. That's a little depressing, actually. And it's Miku Hinasaki. Miku Hinasaki, younger sister of Yu's best friend. She lives with me now and works as my assistant. Oh, so Miku is the sister of the best friend of this woman's dead husband. That's a weird circle, but okay. I haven't met her brother. Yeah, he's dead. You told me she had lost a relative in an accident. She helps me out in all kinds of ways. Not just with work. She's cheerful and hardworking. If not for her, I don't know how I would have made it through after you passed away. Yeah, losing somebody's always tough. The tattooed woman. The woman who appeared in my dream of the manor, her whole body covered in a blue tattoo. She came closer, and I ran away before I knew what was happening. All I remember is an intense fear. I can still feel her cold, stabbing fingers on the back of my shoulder where she touched me. It's hard to believe it was only a dream. Yeah, it is hard to believe that, isn't it? Mother and daughter, the mother and child who appeared in my dream in old-fashioned kimonos. They were looking for someone, calling out in sad voices to him. Who could they be? Also, they were accusing you of killing their father, but, you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. Alright, that's all of our notes for now. We gotta make sure we keep up on that stuff. So now we're in house mode. We can look at stuff in the house. On this shelf I keep my photo books and newspapers. Miku bought most of the photography books for me. She has a good eye for these things, but most of them I hardly even glanced at. Got a sweet stereo back here. Let's check that out. There isn't any tape I want to listen to now. Really? You just woke up. You don't want to throw some tunes on? Come on, tunes! Tunes! There are several handmade scented candles on top of the desk. Miku made them. She probably made them especially with me in mind, but for that reason I can't bring myself to light them, and so they just sit here, unlit and unused. Like most scented candles. Oh, we bought this to look at it. We don't actually light it. Like, wait, what? On the desk are a sketchbook and an appointment book Miku made for me to keep track of all my work assignments. Squeezed into the corner of the page is a handwritten warning, don't work too hard. Maybe I've been working too hard since that day, but that's the way I prefer it right now. Yeah, I hear you, I've been working myself too hard. So hard I ended up not having, there was no Monday or Tuesday episode this week on the channel, and I'm really sorry about that. A few fashion magazines lie tossed aside. I used to do this kind of work as well, and used to like reading the magazines too, but it's not the kind of thing I can enjoy anymore. Yeah, I used to be a big video game magazine fan, and then it turned out that like it was all just corporate nonsense, and people working there didn't actually care about the video games anymore. My clothes are thrown carelessly into the closet. I've never been a tidy person, and unless I make a real effort, things soon get like this. Miku must not have been in here yet. She would have never left it in this state. Yeah, I don't have a closet, but I'm the same way. Pieces of my work are pinned up on the wall. There are more scenery shots now than there used to be. I don't feel ready yet for projects that involve taking pictures of people. Yeah, people suck. Let's just move on. There's a camera in there. On the shelf is a camera I never use anymore. I used to enjoy using this camera back in the days when I used to take pictures for fun. Oh, okay. Cool, let's wake up and greet the day. Woo! Oh man, this place is big.
Good morning, Ray.
Miku! Yeah, hold on, I just wanna... This is Miku's room. Even if this is my house, I don't really like to go into her room without permission. I know Miku wouldn't care at all, though. Alright, well let's... I guess we can go snooping, but let's go say hello to Miku. Ask her how it was to survive the horrors of Fatal Frame 1. Good morning, Ray. It looks like it's gonna rain all day today, too. You don't have to work so much this week, so why don't you try to relax? Ray, you've been working too much lately. You were woken up by a bad dream this morning. Not to mention what happened when we were out collecting data the other day. Anyway, let's try to take it easy today. That reminds me, there was a letter. It's addressed to you. Letter from K. 1. Dear you, sorry for not writing for so long. How are things with your fiancé? I'm continuing my investigation of the urban legend. Like I thought, my niece's symptoms bear many similarities to the strange disease associated with the urban legend. I think most of the story is groundless rumor, but I've heard there was a psychiatric study done. If you have it, I'd like to see it. Maybe it will provide a clue. I'm taking a break from all my other work to devote myself to studying the urban legend. I'd like your help. According to the documents I've studied, that camera I sent you is apparently a rare camera obscura. Given where I found it, it may have some connection to the missing people in the urban legend. If you hear anything, please tell me. Regards, K. Amakura. Well, Kay, I hate to tell you, you is dead, so... It's from K. Amakura. He's written several times before. Have you still not told him about you? Use camera obscura? I wonder if it would be in Yu's room. Yeah, let's just ignore you telling a friend of your dead husband that he's dead. Okay, we'll just skip right over that. I've never met him personally, but he was a friend of you. He used to write from time to time. You seems to have known lots of people, both professionally and privately. According to the letter, he and you were doing research into urban legends. Maybe the camera obscura was somehow connected with that. I should tell him about the incident. Yeah, you really should. You really should. In fact, we're gonna do it right now. Pick up the phone and call him. Yep. No? Okay. The storage space under the stairs. It's full of old newspapers and magazines. Yeah, that paper just piles up. Oh, hi, kitty! In the corner, it's an ornamental potted plant. No, I'm talking about the kitty. Looking after it is Miku's job. Come to think of it, Miku looks after just about everything in the house these days. The kitty, Ray. The kitty. No. Alright, well, never mind then. We decided against having a TV in our own rooms, and bought a bigger one for the living room instead. I hardly watch it at all these days. Yeah, I remember when having a TV that size was like a, ooh, look at my big giant TV. The times have changed, that's for sure. Let's take another lap around the living room for fun. Go into the kitchen here like a boss. We got into what's under the little towel here. From here, you can look across the counter and see the whole of the living room. A real mom's eye view. Yeah, but whatever. We just won't even touch that. Won't even touch that. This is the dishwasher I bought for Miku. I thought it would make life easier for her, but she hardly ever seems to use it. Lacquerware and fragile plates damage easily if you wash them in a machine, she says. Yeah, you're a purist, huh? Don't do it all natural. Miku hardly ever asks for anything, but she begged me to buy her this microwave. It wasn't cheap, but we've been eating all kinds of new things since we got it. No thanks to me, though. The only thing I use it for is heating up instant meals. Instant meals. The tableware is kept here inside the cupboard. Used things are kept clean here, too. Oh, that's not healthy. Don't do that. Stuck to the refrigerator door in my work schedule, a calendar with the supermarket discount days marked on it, and post-it notes with recipes on them. Miku cooks all the meals. She seems to enjoy doing chores around the house. I don't know what I'd do without her, really. Fall into a state of disrepair and never recover? Because that's usually what happens to people who have suffered loss and don't have somebody there to help support them. Nope, that's the wrong button. Alright, well, I think we should go check out Yu's office, is the long and short of this. And I'm pretty sure, since that was my room on the left, that's Miku's room on the right, I'm really sure it's this, down here. There was something about some sort of camera obscura that you owned, written in that letter. A camera obscura. Could it be the same camera I saw in my dream? The one you picked up and used to fight ghosts? It just might be. Oh, it's dark in here. It's very dark.
Ray, may I help you with something?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you. You.
Oh, that's it? Just having a nice, good stare reminiscent about your dead husband. That's nice. That cinematic kind of touched me in a bad way, though, because I lost a very close friend of mine when I was a senior in high school. Ooh, there it is. And I swear there were a few times after he passed where I thought I heard him talking to me and he turned to reply and there's nobody there. So like that cutscene definitely I can connect with that in an unpleasant way. On the shelf are a letter and a camera similar to the one I saw in my dream. It looks like the letter is coming from Kay. Letter from K2. Dear you, during my research on the manner of sleep, urban legend, I finally made it to a certain deserted village lost even from the map. I found this camera in a huge abandoned house near that village. My niece, Mio, when Mayu disappeared, she caused you a lot of trouble, so you probably remember her, saw this camera, and she was scared stiff. I wonder if it reminded her of that unspeakable incident. Wait, so Mio and Mayu were also part of this, like, weird circle of people? Okay. For now, I'd like you to take care of the camera. You know about antiques. So could you look over it for me? I don't think you'll be able to reach me for a bit, but I'll contact you, so let me know what you find then. Regards, Kei Amakura. Okay, well, thanks, Kei. Could this camera be the same as the camera obscura I saw in my dream? Camera obscura. This is older than the one in the dream, and the inscription on the back is illegible. Even so, it does look very similar to the camera obscura. I tried pushing the shutter button, but there was no response. It looks like it's broken. That's a bummer. There's still an old film inside the camera obscura. Musty film. Musty film. The film looks pretty old, but it doesn't seem to have been spoiled by being exposed at all. What could be on it? I wonder if I could develop it in the darkroom. Ooh, a little darkroom action, alright. Camera obscura. An old camera etched with the words camera obscura. I found a camera like the one I picked up in my dream in Yu's room. Apparently Kei sent it to him. Is this the same camera I saw in my dream? Maybe? Although technically it can't be, because the one that you saw in your dream still functioned. So, you know. There are typed and handwritten letters on the desk, along with several books. I have hardly touched anything in here since that day. I just can't bring myself to tidy everything away. There is a notebook left out on the top of the desk. Perhaps somebody was in the middle of working. On the urban legend. Oh, 1 of 11. Holy crap. Alright, here we go. Many of the urban legends classified as Lost Village are modeled on real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. There are often an amalgamation of well-known actual incidents, legend, and oral tradition. Settings, such as the isolated mountain village or bygone customs like night trysts or ceremonies, often act to trigger these incidents themselves, and these in turn become the motive for urban legends. The reason for the popularity of urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city, or the modern bias towards the ancient. To people in the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps that scorn or fear finds expression in the urban legend. For that reason, the setting of the legend must be the isolated mountain village. Further, bygone customs are attractive elements that end up acting to provoke the incident. As a case in point, there is the story about the area around the Minakami Dam where Mayu went missing. The Lost Village. In the mountains of the Minakami area, there was once a massacre in the so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of a certain festival, there was a great massacre, and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. If you walk in the forest where the village once lay, there is a small guardian statue, and if you continue, you will come to the shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. If you should pass through the gate, you will never return. The night of the massacre continues in this village where day will never again break, and a woman's horrific laugh rings throughout the village. Next, we have the Manor of Bizarre Murders, where the same tragedy reoccurs. Its scale is smaller, but generally speaking it resembles the pattern of the village as it is made up of elements based on true incidents. Below is an example of this. It has to do with Mafuyu's disappearance. The House of Mutilation. In the mountain area of Himuro, there remains a manor where years ago there was said to be a massacre. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forest, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have been found with both hands, legs, and heads severed off. That sounds familiar. One more example is the seemingly related Manor of Sleep urban legend that I'm researching now. The Manor of Sleep legend was... We skipped that part, apparently. This newspaper is from the early 1900s and is of no relation to when the Manor of Sleep legend was taken up. But the background of the spirited aways and those people's later conditions bear many similarities to the Manor of Sleep urban legend. I'm still investigating, but these incidents may trace back to the 19th century, and I have seen legends in several folklore books that may have become the basis for the Manor of Sleep. Man, read all that just to skip one of those pages. Jeez. The House of Sleep urban legend. Perhaps this is what Kay was asked to investigate. You add a well-organized notebook on urban legends. Urban legends to your file. After you've received new information, you may find related books and documents in bookcases or desks. An old newspaper is stuck in the notebook. Ooh, more stuff. Good. Vanishings. Series of vanishings across region. According to sources, before dawn yesterday, a mother and daughter who live in Myojin village went missing. The missing are Maiki Kazuhara and her daughter Kozuyu. Since last year, the two have been searching for Kazuhara's missing husband. The two reportedly wandered the mountains nearly every day. The informant says, I hadn't seen them for several days, so I went to visit them. There was no answer, so I went inside, but they were gone. I only saw some black soot-like marks. Similar disappearances are being reported across the area, and some are calling them spirited aways. You added the newspaper article series of vanishings across region to your file. Yeah, I will stick with the Studio Ghibli spirited aways if that's all the same to you. Yu's research. According to the notebook left on his desk, Yu was doing some research for Kei Amakura. His notes are full of accounts of old urban legends and newspaper clippings about disappearances and people who were spirited away. Thank you for that summarization of the first two games with a dabble of a synopsis of the third game. There are typed and handwritten letters and several books left out on the desk. Oh, that's it. There's not more this time. Okay, it kind of looks like there's a key there. I just want to be sure. How about the bookshelf over here? What do you got here? The bookshelves are full of volumes of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. They're all books used for his work, or ones that were published by his company. There was a time when I used to be interested in them, but it was only a passing phase. In the bookcase is the book Occultism that Amakura wrote about in his letter. Ooh, books. The camera obscura is a device used to capture the other world, made by occultist Kunihiko Asu from the late 19th to the early 20th century. He tried to communicate with and get proof of this other world. The term occultist refers to people involved in the movement to verify Eastern thought using contemporary Western technology. Kunihiko Asu is a prime example of such an occultist. The camera obscura was one of his quintessential experiments. He modified the, at the time, still rare camera by adding a special lens and film. It was supposed to capture unbelievable things, normally invisible to the naked eye, like a so-called different phase interval, and spirits and ghosts. They are very rare nowadays, but apparently these cameras are still traded among curio dealers. Most have been broken, and we have lost the chance to see the other world, as well as Asu's achievements for eternity. Until now. Okay. See, yeah, we can... Oh man, why? More is going on here. Kunihiko Asu, a scholar of the occult who lived in the second half of the 19th century. He used the technology of the West to make various machines designed to prove the existence of the other world. Camera obscura is one of his inventions. According to the book, it could photograph supernatural objects existing on an alternate plane. Blah. Was he somehow connected to the manor? I don't know, you're just asking random questions now? Dang. An old camera called the camera obscura. It was designed by a man with the same surname as you, to photograph images of spirits and ghosts. But what was the camera doing inside the manor? I don't know. We're getting a lot of information, and I don't know what to do with any of it. Used clothes are still hanging inside his closet. I decided not to tidy them away. Once they were in boxes, I knew they'd never come out again. Yeah, I like how there's a lot of information about, like, folklore and urban legends and stuff. Like, this game's really touching on some of the finer points of grief and losing a loved one. Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Alright. Well, that was just a lot of information. On this bare shelf are the old bits of machinery you used to collect. They're not quite impressive enough to be called antiques. They just look like old machines. I still have no idea what made him want to collect them. I seem to remember him telling me about it once or twice, but maybe I wasn't really listening properly. Yeah, there's a chance of that. Yeah, I hear you. Well, that was fun and terrible and full of depressing grief. Let's leave and never return. Miku, what do you have to say about me doing stuff like that? Should I not be working too hard, or no? Nothing. You've got nothing to say.
Seems like you're having a lot of nightmares lately. Are you all right?
No, no, not at all.
It's raining again.
That's true, Miku. Thank you for that.
It's raining again.
Miku, you're just a bundle of useful information. I just want you to know that. Want to play with the kitty? Kitty! Kitty is unimpressed. Kitty? Ray, you wanna pet the cat, or you gonna bend over and just stare at him? Okay, that's fine. You know what? I'd probably do that too. Well, it's been a long day. I think it's time to hit the old dusty trail. And by dusty trail, I mean go to sleep. Right? Oh no, that's right. We got the old film. We got the dusty, gross old film we gotta develop. Yeah. Let's develop us some old grungy film that we found in an old grungy camera that don't work. I really dig this house too. I would love to both A, live in Japan, and B, have this house with which to live in. That would be awesome. I could pretty much call it a day at that point. Never have to do anything ever again. Now, which one of these is the dark room? It's not this one. What's this? Where am I? There's no one in the bath. Even when I'm busy, I like to soak in the tub every day. Recently, though, I've just been taking showers. Thanks, Ray. Miku takes care of washing the clothes, too. It's a real help. I've never been good at housework. She's been complaining these past few days that she can't hang clothes out to dry because of the rain. Yeah, running dryers is expensive. I can commiserate with that. I knocked on the toilet door, but it looks like no one is inside. Yeah, I hope so. It's just you and Miku here. That'd be weird. Ooh, this looks like a dark room if I ever seen it. Yep, that's a dark room, alright. This was supposed to be a storeroom, really, but they put in a sink so I could develop my pictures here. Cool. I dabbled in developing photography for a little while. It's a lot of work. An old roll of film from inside the camera obscura. There's definitely something on the film. I wonder if I can develop it. Just develop the film, do it. An image has appeared of a crying woman, just as I thought. I must have taken this during that dream. Well, that's an unsettling thought. All the film has been developed. Camera obscura, the abandoned house, the picture I took in my dream. Maybe if I investigate this woman, I can find something out. Well, let's see what the old notebook has to say. Woman in the photo. The woman whose image appeared on the film from inside the camera obscura. No doubt about it. It was the same woman I saw inside the manor in my dream. Just like with you that time. Alright, well, I was expecting a little more information than that, Ray, but alright, sure, why not? I think that's all we have to do right now. Because the way the game works is that we alternate between the house phase and the dream phase. We're just kind of trying to head along to the next section, so to speak. Anything to say, Miku? Miku, about the woman in this picture. I was wondering if I can get you to try and find out as much about her as you can. Anything is fine. Yes, well, this is a very old picture, so... I found it in Yu's room. It's okay if you can't find anything out. There was just something about her.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Thanks, Miku. If you show the photos you've developed to Miku, sometimes you can ask her to investigate them for you. If you have them investigated, you can come talk to Miku later to get books and other information. Sweet. Night has fallen. If you check the bed with the X button, you can sleep. By checking the camera obscura on the desk, you can save your progress. Well, let's save our progress, because I believe that's all the time I have for this episode today. Thank you everybody so much for joining me on another exciting look into the world of Fatal Frame 3. I'm pretty sure I warned you guys in the first episode that there's a lot of lore and reading to be done in this game, and, well, it ate up a whole episode pretty much, but that means when we start off next week's episode, we're going to be diving right into the Nightmare Town, Nightmare Manor, the Manor of Insanity. I don't know what you want to call it, but whatever you do want to call it, that's all the time I have for the episode today. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, and get subscribed. Let me know down in the comments section below what you thought about my gameplay, my commentary, or anything else in general. That being said, thanks for watching, and as usual, I'll catch you all on the flip side.